Okay, so as you can see, I went back and I completed Granny's recipe.
I'll find you. Aha! Guard! To me! Your spirit is failing!
And I also picked up the rune that I was missing. I ended up discovering that in the High Chaos run. There we go. So, yay.
Barrister Arnold Timsh paid her to paint portraits. Him, I knew. A nobleman, born rich. And now he was making a second fortune, seizing the assets of plague victims for the Lord Regent.
Nice
But
guy.
Barrister Timsh was also fighting a private war with his own niece. Something to do with the family fortune. Lurk was probably right. We needed to speak with the niece first. Her feud with the old barrister was something we could use. I got a message to the barrister's niece, and she claimed to know things about Delilah that no one else did. But the knowledge would have a price. I wasn't surprised. I went to meet her.
So I picked up Explosive Bolt Capacity 1, as well as the Arc Mine Capacity. Too bad both of these things are nothing that I'm going to use. Well, I might use the Arc Mine to deal with rats, but beyond that, nope. Okay. That's fixed. That came in real handy last time. This powerful irritant can be thrown, creating a noxious cloud. Affected enemies will be temporarily blinded and disabled. The favors are whale oil delivery. There will be some conveniently placed whale oil tanks by the first gate on your way to the district. Okay, grab that, I guess. And rune drop off. A friend will leave a rune by the ruined bridge for you to pick up. Yep. Pick up more bone charms, and that's all I can do. Let's hope it's enough. Oh, she choked him out.
That was gentle. He'll snore for an hour. Talia should be waiting in Trevor's Close. It's an alley just past the Wall of Light. You'll know it by 3 whitewashed skulls.
Good to know. See if there's any collectibles I can pick up while I'm here. Oh, yep, there's a coin over there. Mine. And that is mine as well. More coin. Up. Shit. Oh, yeah, I can zoom. It's just a different button than I thought it was. So there are some whale oil tank there.
I heard you got eaten alive at cards.
This is ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Aha. Might be time for some den time. Too bad that's electrified, otherwise I would have my way up. So that's boarded up, so the only way, my only way through is through here. Shit. Now if that went the other way, it'd be
Still
perfect.
crying about that dice game?
Oh, there's a room down there, though. Only I had one more. If I had one more blink, for blink rather, as requested. Nice and simple.
Hey.
Be advised, Bundry Rothwild, founder of the Rothwild Slaughterhouse, has been reported missing. Remain vigilant and report any suspicious persons or activity to the City Watch.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I just climb over? Oh my god! That was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. Holy shit. Okay.
Tell me again what you'll do to Slag Joe on his battlefield. Not now.
You're threatening the wrong person. If I were you, I would strongly consider leaving while you still can.
Really? Where do you live? Probably some mansion on Clan, right? Come on. Let's have it. Start cutting.
I'm telling you now, walk away.
Let's get No, I didn't touch you. I
told you.
No ghost, but I managed to deal with that non-lethally, so I'm okay. Hello.
Look at you. The master assassin. So you want to know about Delilah?
Yes, I do.
Well, my uncle is bewitched by her, so we won't tell you anything. I require only two things. Get rid of my uncle,
Oh.
and bring me his last will and testament. In exchange, I'll tell you what you want to know about Delilah Copperspoon. And I'll pay you cold hard coin for your trouble. Come back to me when it's done. Let's meet at the docks when you return.
Wasn't that interesting? All she wants is for her uncle to be dealt with. First things first. Gotta clean up after ourselves. Who says I don't clean up after myself? Ooh, that would have been nasty.
Come on, let's get this.
Yeah.
What? Got anything to smoke or eat? Blow off, Chauffeur.
Yeah, he did turn. Do they see me? Yeah, they did. Shit. Oh well. As they stay right there.
Come on, let's get this guy!
Really? Now, keeping in mind that this game is like, I don't know how old.
I'll stick you! Get up.
I am not wasting
What the
sleep
fuck
darts.
are you looking at? Where are
Nice. Oof.
What was that?
Very nice. I got a key. Go to bed. What's that door? Looks like there's a bone charm over there. I would like to grab it. Ooh! A shrine! Hello! What was the bone? Light as a shadow. Take less damage from falls. Yes, please. Page torn from an old manuscript written in scrawling hand. Cruel Nancy, take the world from her greedy hands. Lay it before the black-eyed groom. Cut sharp, cut deep, cut red, drip, drop. Last and least, burn it in a hearth of a lawless man. Do this for me, dearie, and I'll give you a birthday treat. Okay, so... take the world from her greedy hands. I have no idea what that means. Travel to Pendizia. Excerpt from a travel chronicle by Anton Sokolov. The men I set out with are good sailors. No doubt half of them have cut their teeth on the rascally pirate ships spawned in the Circonan archipelago. Or they were, I should say. Half of them died before we sighted the broken red cliffs welcoming those who would visit the far continent, as it is called. Sickness, infighting, poisoned by a school, or would one say a flock, of small fish that fly over the waves like birds, landing in the hundreds across the deck, pricking any they touched with toxic quills. 2 thrown overboard by gusting demon winds. The quiet Tivian navigator simply dead in his bunk, wrapped in his white furs, eyes wide with terror. Few have crossed the ocean, and the distance to Pendizia is greater than most would imagine. Most died climbing the cliffs. And now, with but a handful, I stand looking across the greatest expanse of land that exists. My allies are frightened, for this is beyond them, and now their captain is dead too, stung by something that resembles a prairie mole, but reacted with great apoplectic outrage when handled. So it falls on me to lead them. I vaguely remember that, actually. Excerpt from a book covering various districts across Dunwall and their histories. Once the financial heart of the empire, the Red Shore Financial District was a hive of trade activity. No district employed more barristers, accountants, or indeed more security, and no part of Dunwall saw a greater flow of coin. When the flood barriers broke and the waters rolled in, the looting that followed was accompanied by an epic period of chaos and butchery. Those who could withdraw and move their assets did what they could. Others, with their wealth tied up in grand mansions and artwork, lost it all. When the last of the high society set had withdrawn and the lights went dark, Red Shore was a gloomy, crumbling shell of what it had been, inhabited by thieves, wild dogs, and rats. Once great palaces of commerce sat empty and haunted, or came to house killers and mercenaries, as well as anyone looking to hide from the city watch. In mere months, the flooded district was settled upon as the most proper name for the place. Excerpt from The Hatters, Well-Dressed Kings of the Low Streets. The following is reconstructed from a discourse of a street person I encountered in a disreputable whiskey house while incognito. The Hatters used to run all the rackets around Dunwall, whiskey, weapons, hound fights. Whatever the game, the Hatters had a big stake in it. Then the plague came and tore the whole damn city apart. All that chaos led to new bosses cropping up. Most were shitheels that didn't last a week, but there were some hard cases like Lizzie Stride, Jim Dundermore, and Black Sally, and Slackjaw. His Bottle Street boys took the whiskey distillery from the Hatters and started pumping out bootleg elixir. That kicked off a gang war that made all the alleys red with blood. Problem was the Hatters, were getting it from all sides. The dead eels were pinching all the river smuggling deals. The butchers were driving us out of Slaughterhouse Row. We were bleeding from a dozen different cuts, losing some of our best guys. So we pulled back, just for a while. As always, anyone who counts the Hatters out is 2 chumps short of a full deck of Nancy. The boss is a real devious son of a bitch, been around since before the Kaldwins. But I ain't talking about him. Hatters don't talk about the geezer, even ex-Hatters. Note, despite my lavish bribery, the man refused to speak further on the subject. In fact, it became obvious I had aroused his suspicions by this point, so I was forced to make my escape from the establishment. Scholar Joella Burgess, Academy of Natural Philosophy, Historian Agnex. Also, oh right, that was a bone charm, not a rune. What did I overhear? The Hatters may have the key to the legal district. Yeah, I already got it.
The heir to the throne, Emily Kaldwin, is still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
So wait a minute, I was coming in the direction of a room that was potentially here. Oh yeah, there you are. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh yeah, there you are. And blink.
A few moments later.
Detour. Overpowering. Very easily win contested interactions. Well, hopefully, if I'm doing my job properly, I won't have contested interactions. So, now to get to work. Lizzie Stride and the Dead Eels. William Catter, captain of the merchant vessel the Windover, reports that on the 23rd day of the month of Nets, his vessel was waylaid by the Dead Eels, a gang of notorious criminals known for acts of river piracy, wanton destruction, and smuggling. Prior to the blockade, the Windover was bound for Dunwall bearing medicinal supplies, food, and material goods from the city of Driscoll in northern Griscoll. The captain claims that 1:15 midnight he heard the aft bell sound the alarm. As the weather was foggy, the captain's first thought was that of an imminent collision. But when he exited his quarters, he found a grisly scene. Half his men already gutted on the boards, and the rest locked in a vicious struggle. Captain Cotter surmised the Dead Eels had swum up to the boat and scaled the side of the ship with climbing hooks, but how they'd caught the ship or where they'd come from he couldn't fathom. Realizing he had no choice, and knowing that Dead Eels took no prisoners, Captain Cotter immediately hid in a hollow of a false-bottomed shipping crate. I asked the captain why a legitimate trader should need secret compartments, but he couldn't remember where he'd gotten it and assured me that it had been empty. Safely hidden from view while his crew was butchered, Cotter also witnessed the appearance of the Dead Eels' leader, a violent woman by the name of Lizzie Stride. He reports that her teeth were filed to sharp points, and that she went about the deck of the ship barefoot. Cotter, clearly out of his mind with fear, even claims her feet were webbed. Adding to my suspicion, I'll note that Captain Cotter still had the stench of brandy on his breath when the river patrol fished him out of the water. Lizzie Stride proceeded to question the first mate for several minutes before biting the man's tongue out of his own mouth and tossing him into the river. Eventually, the Dead Eels discovered the captain's stash of King Street brandy. Captain Cotter used this discovery and the ensuing celebration as an opportunity to slip overboard undetected. I'm recommending a detailed patrol of the area in case the Dead Eels left any clues. They sank the ship, but some useful wreckage might be recovered. Also, I recommend that William Cotter's status as captain and his trading license be stripped at once. Further, the man should be investigated for charges of smuggling along the Wrenhaven. Wow! So basically, wow, okay. Cap, looks like the Hatters broke in and took the key to the legal district. I'm going to knock some heads from Pete. Don't worry, Pete, I dealt with it. It's fine. Oh, shit. Ah! I panicked. Ah, it's locked.
A few moments later.
Supposed to do is come down here.
I just wanted to say, congratulations on getting your own squad.
Aw. That was really nice of him. That was kind of wholesome.
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
There's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
Swift shadow. You move forward slightly faster while in stealth mode. There we go. Oh.
It's Daud, isn't it? You wouldn't be in this district unless you were after Timsh's head.
Okay.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents.
Oh, I'm liking this
I've
so far.
prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance.
Ooh. I am liking the sound of that. Also, I'm sorry I almost choked you out.
Locked him up just to be safe. He seems familiar. Reminds me of someone who's been doing business with Tinch, but I'm not sure.
Good work, Simmons. Now that that's handled, we can move on. You got the orders from Tinch. What's the next address?
Crow's Court off Bramley Street. But there's a problem, sir. The Forrestalls live there, and their kids used to sneak us food at the back door.
Oh no.
I know it's the job, sir, but it's awfully hard seeing them turned out like this. They don't even have the plague. I've been there last week.
Excellent. Simmons, you'll show me this back stoop and we'll go in that way.
Shit.
Start tallying the place up. You've given us the tactical advantage. We'll get Timsh's money.
That's
But,
not.
sir,
I'll put it another way. You think I care which door we kick in tomorrow? The next day? Behind each is another useless pack of aristocratic sots and their precious offspring. And I don't care if they all end up mudlarks.
sir, they've been good to me.
Simmons, before I worked for Barrister Timsh, I was dredging out the real Weeper dens. You ever done that? Ever broken down a door and bathed in that stench? Fought housewives with blood on their faces, swinging at you with a piece of broken furniture. Other times it's just rats inside, hundreds of them, stripping some drunk to the bone. Maybe you'd like to be transferred to my old squad.
No, sir. Certainly not.
I used to call myself brave, Simmons, till I saw a man lose a fight with a pile of rats. So when Barrister Timsh says all I gotta do is rough up a rich bastard, cuff him a few times till he stops talking about his rights, I jump at the chance. I cry with happiness. You understand me?
Yes, sir. We'll approach from the back stoop. They won't be alarmed when they see me.
Right. Good man. It's them or us. No room for heroes in the time of plague. Just do your job and I'll make sure you keep this posted.
Wow. That's absolutely scummy. Oh, it looks like there's a room in here. So, yes, please. Ah. Okay, so that was a plot place I couldn't go to. So, Timsh thinks he's invincible because he carries a letter from the Lord Regent giving him legal immunity from the state seizing his goods in case of plague. He carries it everywhere like a talisman. But he's also drafted the instrument of his own destruction. The document he uses for evictions is a generic form drafted by the office of the Lord Regent. It was trivial to acquire a blank one. Acquiring a forgery of the Lord Regent's signature was less easy, but thankfully some of my old connections are still loyal. Now all I need to do is swap the two documents. Getting close enough to Timsh to do it won't be easy. I may need help from a professional. Once that's done, the fool just needs a push to go down, and that's the second part. Inside Timsh's basement, there's a device that circulates air in the building. If some material happened to find its way into the device, the building would reek like a weeper's den. I had to be particular about the actual material, as I do not wish to infect the guards or the servants with plague and cause needless suffering. The unsavory gentlewoman living in Unit 10 has offered to provide the odorous item and a sturdy sack to contain it. She craves my rune in exchange, so I will be forced to part with it. She has given me a key to her unit so I can go and get the sack when I am ready to make my move. Well, I am liking this plan. Especially the part where they're like, hey, so we don't want to actually hurt anybody. Also. Sorry, lady. Rune's mine. Outpost. And apartment 10. Oh, there's another rune on the way. There's a couple of runes on the way. This one was born to a wealthy family. He stayed out in the countryside because it was the only place he could see the stars at night. He was never educated, so he did not know what they were. He used to pray to them. When pretty Emily woke one day, she saw the world a different way. Her eyes now looked with a stranger's guile. Her dainty mouth smiled a stranger's smile. Her hands now worked the stranger's wrath. Her feet now walked a stranger's path. Emily fed, another grew stronger. The stranger's cravings drove her onward. And no one who looked on Emily's face ever guessed who ruled in Emily's place. Interesting. I just made a new save here, just cause, yeah, like, interacting with that statue might bring bad things, so I might come back to that later. Game spoiled me. Oh, I need the estate key. Shit. Barristan Timsh, I'm afraid I cannot, in good conscience, remain your mother's physician. The way you repeatedly deny her access to practices which could potentially restore her lucidity is nothing short of a death sentence, and I wish no part of it. Good day to you, sir. Dr. Partridge. Wow. 100% he did it so he could get the money.
Mother, this is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put you at ease. The plague has ended.
Liar.
I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted.
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved.
Liar!
We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep. Rest. Everything is fine.
Yeah, he is a manipulative son of a bitch. Dear Arnold, thank you for inviting my wife and me over for dinner last week. We both had a splendid time. I also appreciate you being so patient with her episode. Not many people are as understanding, and you showed considerable grace. I'm so happy I was able to confide in you with my business arrangements. I am sure you will be able to keep them strictly confidential, but it was a relief to finally be able to vent about the frustrations I must endure daily to a colleague who understands these sort of things.
Well, that is a mistake.
I hope that you will allow me to return the favor and play host to you for an evening. Sincerely, Wiles Roland. Yeah, and he probably used all of that info against you. You stay in there. Okay, so they're in another room. Oops.
What are we? Thought the barrister was ready to start a war. Now he's downstairs laughing.
What was that?
Actually, I think what I will do is I will take this guy out of here and put him with the rest. Yep. Oh, he's coming back up.
Delilah, I won't tell you to stop. I know you're proud. I just don't want you to be killed. Bollocks! She can't hear me at all.
Nice. Take that. Thank you very much. So now, I have to meet with my lieutenant on the rooftop for her report and gather additional info. So now I have to also place the sack inside the air circulator in the basement of Timsh's estate. And I have to find the last will and testament.
What?
That's strange. Timsh doesn't name himself the beneficiary in the will. He's giving the inheritance to Delilah.
Of course, because she's a swindler. Barrister Timsh was complaining about squeaking in these doors, so they've been removed until the repair order comes in. Please don't throw anything down the shaft or do anything childish from management.
Why is no one making rounds over me?
Benedict, I need to know what you expect regarding the Danforth Holding Company. They're only a month late, and they've been good for it in the past. Normally, I wouldn't hesitate to invent a plague infection complaint against them and have all their assets seized. But they have a link to the Boyles, and they, as you know, are on the Do Not Touch list. It's hitting a little too close to home. I'm afraid you may have to settle your dispute with them by some other means.
Nice. Okay, so there's a bone charm down there that I would like to get, but I'm not going to risk it. Take the tarot card, the world? Sure. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Cruel Nancy. Take the world from her greedy hands. Lay it before the black-eyed groom. How do I get downstairs? Oh. Well, I got that, at least.
Later.
Kitchen. The tomatoes in yesterday's dinner were overcooked. You know how much I hate overcooked tomatoes. I like them crisp, without that mushy consistency. Am I clear? Please don't ruin my dinner again. From Captain Scott Blossom. Well, fuck you. You have to be over there. Birds of Prey. Drop assassinations give you a bit of health. Falling Star, Bird of Prey. What the fuck, game? Yep.
What is that horrible stench? I can barely breathe. Oh, General Turnbull. Yes, I was expecting you. Please come.
Timpsh, it smells like a weeper den. I thought we were secure.
Hey, don't you owe me
And
a
we
drink?
are. The neighborhood is swept 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Barrister Timpsh.
Please, call me Arnold. We're friends.
You stink, though.
Here, this will clear things up for you. The Regents arranged it. By the way, I don't think I ever got your first name.
What is this? Is this a joke?
I am not sure what you find funny about it.
Barrister Timpsh, this is a letter from the Lord Regent dated a month ago, stating that your building is to be seized by the state immediately due to massive infection outbreak, and that your personal assets are forfeit if you do not comply immediately. A month ago? Are you showing me this to try to convince me that you're above the law?
What? Let me see that.
Be advised, claiming the reward does not
This is impossible.
Barrister, I am afraid I am going to have to take you into custody.
Aww.
And if I or any of my men contract the plague because of this visit, I'll see that your head rolls.
No. This isn't the right document. This...
Get him out of here before he starts bleeding from the eyes. And secure this court. It's under quarantine.
Yes, sir.
Aww.
Now what? I don't want to touch him. What if I get sick? I'll just wait for him to wake up.
Okay. Oh, poor baby. Tough skin. Your max health has been slightly increased. Oh, but I've used up all of the things. Shit. Timpsh is vigorous for a man his age. He's shown to keep himself armed with a sword and pistol even when it's his own home. He's been observed to be generally restless and mobile, pacing through the building, from his bedroom on the top floor to the lobby of the law offices on the ground floor. Timpsh keeps his mother's will in a chest in his office on the 3rd floor. Front door leads into law offices lobby. Space is 2 stories high with balconies overlooking the lobby floor. The second balcony on the facade glass doors leads directly to Timsh's office. Top floor balconies on the right and left of the building, easy access. A back door leads into the basement. It's kept locked, but a key was easy to find. A dumbwaiter accessible in the basement connects all the floors, but it's a one-way trip. Once you get out, the panel shuts and the platform returns to the basement. Timsh carries a key with him. Any important chests or cabinets are locked with it. A side room on the top floor is also mysteriously locked. Seems to be an art studio. An apartment near Timsh's estate has rooftop access to the waterfront district. Are you mad at me? This one worked so hard he broke both his hands. When he was of no use, they threw him out. His mother cared for him until she died, after which he turned to begging. Then he died. This one liked to carve wood. Once he carved a small whale. He spoke to it and kept it in his pocket. Its grains knew all of his secrets, just as I do. This one was a father. He sired 6 of 3 mothers. He drowned one of them, but it was not his fault. One day, the child's grandfather discovered what happened, but the old man did not agree with that assessment. Ooh. Ooh. Ow.
I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh? Wild flowers? Does he ask you questions? I wonder when he'll speak to me.
Well, apparently the bastard's kind of choosy, so...
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemy's weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you. And me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. And at the last moment, you seem to be acquiring a curious sense of justice. Funny how the final days always mean so much.
That wasn't snarky or snippy at all.
I hope it was enlightening. I saw Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
Cool.
Seen any more big rat swarms? Another night.
Now I can't reach the roof from there, but that's fine, because I can reach that.
The heir to the throne, Emily Kaldwin, is still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
Says the guys who aren't actually looking for Emily.
Nobody's making rounds over here?
Why not? There should be somebody making rounds over there.
The barrister's enemies caught up to him. He's in custody as a plague victim. Here's the will as agreed.
That'll do nicely. Perhaps better.
Yeah, he gets
But
to
you
suffer.
Promised information. Well, my uncle came under Delilah's spell.
Mm-hmm.
He was obsessed with her. Everyone knew she'd been a servant at the tower before she studied under Sokolov. She was a painter, an artist. Beneath my family's class, for certain.
Okay.
My uncle became infatuated. But he looked older and made us keep candles lit all night. He was afraid of the dark. One night we all went to Waverly Boyle's for a seance. It was an amusement. We didn't know what we were doing. I thought only the dead appeared at seances. But suddenly Delilah was in the room with us. My uncle nearly died of terror. She was there, but not there.
Interesting.
We saw her as if she was very far away, standing in the old Brigmore Manor, painting at an easel, painting a name. It was your name, Daud.
Oh.
That's all I know. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Yes, so do I. Now, what is Daud looking for? I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. Is it redemption? Is it forgiveness? Is it absolution? Hi, Billy.
Timsh is ruined. He'll rot in Coldridge Prison if they don't send him to the flooded district. It's poetic, I suppose. Maybe I was wrong about you, Daud.
How so?
Are you ready to go?
Yes, I think we are ready to go.
Let's go home.
Aha! Excellent. Nobody died this time. Fucking awesome. So, we did substantially better than the first mission. We managed to find almost all the ruins. We found all the bone charms. We found the Outsider Shrine. We found more than half of the coins available in this mission, and that's fine. We raided all of Timsh's chests. We had Barristan Timsh arrested. 2 unconscious or dead bodies were found. And as per usual, we managed to maintain low chaos. Obviously, we were detected at a couple of points, but it's whatever. I gave up on getting the ghost achievement a while ago, but I do like the fact that I managed to not kill anyone this time, even if it was on accident. But anyways, we're gonna leave it off here. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like or subscribe. If not, leave a comment below letting me know what I can do to improve. And until the next time, guys, be nice to your neighbors.